This video is going to be on Jack Nesbitt, 6'4", 185-pound center from the Windsor Spitfires in the Ontario Hockey League. Nesbitt is a former first-round OHL selection and enjoyed riding shotgun on one of the best teams in the league this year, posting a point-per-game average. At the U18s, he slotted into a more abbreviated role and picked up some question marks among NHL scouts, which we'll get into. He slotted into my first round near the end, and I fully expect him to go in the top 32 on draft day. One of Nesbitt's strengths is the ice he plays in as a true center, commanding the middle. His instincts are really good, and I rarely catch him out of position. A lot of centers his age cheat the game and vacate their ice, but not Nesbitt. He has a developed understanding of routes to run, how to support a breakout, and efficiency in D-zone coverage. On breakout specifically, he comes under pucks and holds responsibility as they advance up ice. There's a ton to like with the way Jack Nesbitt thinks the game and the instinctual baseline can be worked with. Nesbitt also has some pretty adequate puck skills. There's some great flashes of playmaking and elite ability to create on the puck, finding seams and shaking defenders with his hands. He connects passes all over the offensive zone, including hitting more complex targets, and has really notable shot assist numbers, something he might not be getting enough credit for. Nesbitt potted 25 goals, and I think there's something to be uncovered in his finishing ability. He displayed potential as a mid-range scorer from time to time, but most of his best work will be done below the offensive dots. His hand-eye coordination and slick hands at net front found him a handful of goals this year. He creates and finishes in the depth of the offensive zone, which is projectable considering his stature and weaknesses. Nesbitt has a really strong motor. There's a lot of hard workers in this draft, but he's right there near the top. There's issues with the closing speed, which I'll get to later, but I found Nesbitt to be resilient, finish checks, and to hit quite hard. He has excellent totals in takeaways, hits, and retrievals, coming from his work rate and stick detail. He finishes through the glass on the forecheck and picks off pucks backchecking with good hand-eye and defensive positioning. Between the puck skills, instincts, work rate, and size, there's a foundation of an NHL player starting to form here. Just by seeing the clips to this point, you can probably tell some of the limitation in Nesbitt's game, specifically with his feet. To put it simply, they are clunky and heavy. He doesn't get up to speeds and requires a long runway to accelerate. Nesbitt isn't particularly nimble, nor can he use evasive edge work to create time and space. His hands are quite good, hand-eye coordination specifically, but when it comes to blending skills together at high speeds, there isn't much to work with. His feet can hold back his hockey sense in some ways as well. I found a lot of Nesbitt's worst moments with the puck can be drawn back to mechanical limitation instead of decision making. His pre-scans and off-puck reads help him find the right option, but there's times when he's just tripping over his own feet or struggling to separate upper half from lower. I sense that he's developed some of this IQ to compensate for his lack of speed and skating ability, but he'll need both to justify a first-round pick someday. There's a lot of negative opinions on Jack Nesbitt out there, rooting from the projectability concerns in his skating. I'm a bit higher on him than some, and it may come back to haunt me, but Nesbitt is a project pick through and through. He's a long-term play on the physical development maturing his body, allowing his instincts to come out more and more. There's certainly something here with Nesbitt, and while I wouldn't consider it in the top 20, he remains in my first round as we close in on draft day.